In this video we look at the Merlin Excel report library and how to download an HFM workspace form or grid. Let's start our look at the report wizard functions by looking at the report library and in particular how to download an HFM form. The report library is the first option in the report wizard menu. The report library form is divided into two halves. On the left hand side there are four tabs: Workspace, Shared, Personal and Instructions, where the reports are listed, and on the right hand side of the form is where the point of view is displayed, also with four different tabs. If the active worksheet is blank, initially the instructions page is displayed. This is where you can choose which HFM application you want to run the report from. In the Connected Applications drop-down, choose one of the applications you've already connected to, or hit the plus button to add a new connection. To view the list of HFM reports, select the Workspace tab, where all the HFM forms, grids and task lists that you have access to will be displayed. Forms are displayed with the green icon, grids have a blue icon, and Process Control has the four dots icon. In the Shared tab are all the Merlin Excel reports that have been uploaded to the library by the wizard managers. The reports in the Shared library are available for all users to download. Whereas in the Personal library, these are reports that you saved for your own personal use. And you can use the radio buttons at the bottom of the form to choose whether you want to see single worksheet reports or workbooks of multiple sheets. The demo reports is just a collection of simple reports to get you started with the Merlin Excel report format. We will look at demo reports in more detail in another video, but for the rest of this video we will look at workspace reports. In the Workspace tab, once you've found the report you want to download, you will notice when you click on the report item, the point of view on the right hand side is filtered to display only the dimensions that have been opened by the designer of the report. If the dimension on the right hand side has a white background, it means the dimension is unrestricted and you can choose any member from that dimensions hierarchy. However, if it has a pink background, it means the dimension is restricted and only a certain selection of members from that dimension can be selected for this particular report. To change the initial point of view for this report, simply double-click on one of the dimensions in the right-hand panel, and this will display the point of view form with the selected dimension hierarchy on the left-hand side. Click on a dimension member on the left-hand side and it will be added to the point of view on the right-hand side and shaded green. Click on another dimension in the right-hand point of view panel to display that dimension in the tree view on the left. And you can select from either the entire dimension or one of your pre-selected favourite members for that dimension. And once you've selected your initial report point of view, select OK to confirm. Back in the report library form, you can download the selected report, or if you want to download multiple reports, simply check the checkboxes. Then select the OK button. And your HFM form is now converted to a Merlin Excel report in Excel. Let's compare this report with the equivalent report in the HFM workspace. We can see that the custom formatting, such as the bold and borders, as well as the calculated column monthly movement, is also recreated in the Excel report. With the Merlin Excel equivalent of the HFM form, you have all the functionality available within your workspace report, but you can also take advantage of Excel functionality and the additional interactive features that Merlin Excel adds to your reports. Let's now take a look at the point of view panel and how it can be used to change the background point of view of your report. In the Merlin Excel point of view panel, you can see and control the point of view of the worksheet. Clicking on a dimension in the point of view panel displays the point of view form, where you can choose a different point of view, changing one or more of the dimensions in the background point of view. And when you select OK, the HFM form is re-downloaded for this new point of view. To see more of the screen, we'll just hide the Merlin ribbon. We'll look now at some of the interactive functionality you get by downloading your HFM reports to Merlin Excel. The Merlin Excel version of the HFM form is actually dynamic. This means it supports drill down. If we look at the column D in this report, you can see the plus symbols. They are added to rows that are parent members, meaning they will support double-click for drill down. Double-clicking on a parent member will insert the child members into the report. and you can continue to drill down wherever there are parent members in the row. And when you want to remove the drill down items, double click on the original row and the inserted rows are removed from the report. HFM forms in the workspace or even in SmartView are static, meaning they don't support drill down, so Merlin Excel adds some additional analysis functionality not normally associated with HFM forms. We'll go back now to the report library and how you can download multiple reports. From the Report Wizard menu, we select the Report Library option again. And this time we'll look at a task list. And this example task list consists of 4 items. 2 forms with the green icons, a grid with the blue icon, and a process control item with the 4 dots icon. To choose a different point of view to apply to all the documents in this task list, we double click on one of the dimensions in the right-hand point of view panel. This time we'll select a base member entity and confirm OK to return back to the report library form. To download all the items in a task list, we check the checkbox of the task list, which checks all the task list items, then select OK to confirm the download. Now each of the documents in the task list have been downloaded to Excel. In this sheet we see a data input form, the yellow cells indicating the data entry cells, and we'll look at data entry in a different video. The next report in the task list is the process management report. Because we selected a base member, only that entity is displayed in this particular report. We also look at process management reports in a separate video. In this task list, an HFM grid had been set up to display the calc status, and this is how it displays when downloaded to Excel. And the 4th document in this task list was a simple HFM form. We'll use this form to look again at the interactive functionality, in particular what happens when you double-click on a member description. Note that this particular form has 2 dimensions specified in the row axis. Revenue is from the account dimension and total is from a custom dimension. So let's have a look in a bit more detail at the drill down functionality when there is more than one dimension specified in the row. We saw earlier in the video that double-clicking on a data cell will drill down on the rows. This is the same functionality as double-clicking on the first description, which in this example is revenue. Double-clicking on a member description in the rows of a report will insert the children of that member. So if a member description from another dimension appears in a separate column in the report, double-clicking on that member description will insert its child members. And note that unlike HFM grids when you drill down, Merlin Excel only expands the row that you double-clicked on. As before, if we wanted to remove the inserted rows, we could double-click again on the revenue row, or if the report is a downloaded version of a workspace form or grid, then changing the point of view or clicking on this Refresh Worksheet button will download a new version of that report. And because the report has been re-downloaded, any rows that were inserted via drill down are removed. So at this point, let's look at why you might want to convert an HFM form or grid to a Merlin Excel report. If you wish to break the link with the HFM workspace form or grid so that it is no longer re-downloaded every time you refresh or change the point of view, because perhaps you want to modify it by inserting rows or columns, then you can use this Convert to Merlin Excel button that will appear in Forms and Grids. This will convert the existing report into a standard Merlin Excel report, and so it will no longer be downloaded from Workspace whenever you refresh the report. Once converted to a Merlin Excel report, the structure of the report is no longer downloaded from HFM Workspace, but the report cannot be converted back to an HFM form or grid. Once converted, the design elements of the report in the first rows and columns are unhidden, and the sheet is initially in design mode. At this point, it is a good idea to review the member labels in the rows and columns to ensure the report has been converted correctly. Unfortunately, with the more complex forms and grids, particularly if they use overrides, expansion functions or calculations, the conversion cannot always be guaranteed to be accurate, and may need a little modification. Then, once you've reviewed the structure of the report, click on the Design Mode button to hide the design elements and switch to Report Mode. And the report has now been converted to a standard Merlin Excel report.